If you think Emmerdale's been dramatic lately, just wait until next week. Things are about to explode in a way we haven't seen for a long time. Before I get into it, don't forget to subscribe to Episode Whisper, so you're always the first to know when these huge spoilers drop. Now, the week of the 8th to the 12th of September is packed with shocks. John's twisted story hits breaking point. There's a horror clifftop fall that changes lives forever, and Victoria faces the Dingles' fury like never before. On top of that, Charity cuddling a secret that could shatter everything she's trying to hold together. But here's what makes this week unmissable. One scene in particular is so intense, fans will be left arguing about it for weeks. It's not just a twist, it's the kind of turning point that shapes the whole village. So stick with me, grab a brew, and let's talk through all the spoilers you need to know. Because this is Emmerdale at its most gripping. 1. Robert arrives to confront John. Things kick off with Robert showing up at John's cottage, and this isn't just a quiet word. Robert is livid and straight up accuses John of murder. Now, we know John isn't exactly the type to hold his hands up, and sure enough, he acts like butter wouldn't melt. But then his real side comes out. He lashes out and actually knocks Robert out cold. The tension here is unreal, because while Robert's lying there unconscious, Aaron finally sees his chance to escape. You can almost feel Aaron's relief mixed with panic. It's that split second where you're thinking, go on, Aaron, just run and don't look back. After everything John's put him through, this feels like the moment we've been waiting for. But it's only the start of what's about to unfold. 2. Paddy warns Victoria about John back in the village. Paddy can't keep quiet. He goes straight to Victoria, trying to get her to understand how dangerous John's become. And honestly, this feels like classic Emmerdale. One character desperately trying to connect the dots while the other brushes it off. Victoria, being Victoria, decides to take matters into her own hands. She tries ringing John, but of course she gets nowhere. So then she suggests to Paddy that they should both go looking for him. And this is where the worry really sets in, because you know when Paddy starts getting involved, things tend to spiral quickly. 3. Aaron goes searching for Mac. Meanwhile, Aaron's out in the woods, and he's not just running aimlessly. He's convinced there's some sort of hidden hatch connected to Mac's disappearance. The problem? He can't actually find the spot, and it all builds into this tense scene where he's suddenly blocked by a massive gorge. And who's right behind him? Of course, it's that horrible feeling. Aaron's so close to freedom, but John's shadow is never far away. What makes it worse is that John's still digging onto this idea that he can fix things with Aaron. It's twisted, and it makes your stomach turn just watching how far gone he really is. 4. John edged to confess Aaron's had enough at this point. He's done listening to lies, done pretending John might have any good left in him. He tells John straight, do the right thing, show him where Mac is, and admit the truth about what he's done. For a split second, it looks like John might crack. You know those moments when you're not sure which way it'll go? Will he call the police, or is this just another act? And just as you're holding your breath, Robert suddenly appears. It's like throwing petrol on an already raging fire. Robert witnesses a horror cliff fall. Here's where it all explodes. John instantly turns, accusing Aaron of setting him up to reunite with Robert. He's paranoid, angry, and dangerous. Then he pulls out a shocking new plan. He calls the police, pretending Robert is about to commit a crime, and in a jaw-dropping twist, John throws himself into the gorge, with Aaron in his arms. Can you imagine the horror? Robert can only watch as the two of them tumble down. It's one of those scenes people will be talking about for years, the kind that changes everything for everyone involved. 6. Robert faces serious allegations. Now, this is where Robert's nightmare really begins. He calls 999 in a panic, desperate for help, but when the police arrive, nobody believes him. Instead of being seen as the one who tried to save the day, Robert finds himself painted as the villain. What makes it worse is that Aaron's life hangs in the balance. Robert's terrified of losing him, and on top of that, he's staring down the possibility of prison. And as if he hasn't suffered enough, Chaz makes her feelings crystal clear. She's convinced Robert's to blame and swears he'll pay for it. That family divide is going to cut deep. 7. Victoria's cast out by the Dingles. Cain doesn't mess about here. He makes it crystal clear to Victoria that the Dingles are washing their hands of the Sugdens completely. And just when you think she might have someone in her corner, Moira steps in and sides with Cain. That double blow leaves Victoria absolutely floored. You could see the heartbreak written all over her face. It's not just about losing a family tie, it's the weight of being cut off by the whole clan in one go. What makes it sting even more is how personal this all feels. Victoria's been through hell and back before, and she's always tried to hold her own, but this is different. She's stood there sobbing, because deep down she knows Cain means it. Once the Dingles slam that door, they don't usually open it again, and viewers know, when you're on Cain's bad side, it can last for years. The wider picture is worrying too. This isn't just a family argument, It threatens the alliance that was building between the Dingles and the Sugdens over the farmland. For a while, it felt like there was a rare bit of peace and cooperation in the village, but now that's hanging by a thread. If that deal collapses, it could spiral another long, running feud that pulls more people into the mess. And honestly, it's the sort of fallout that gets people talking. Some will say Cain's just protecting his family, others will argue Victoria's being punished unfairly for John's actions. Either way, this split has the potential to shake the whole village, and it feels like we're only at the very beginning of the drama. 8. Vinny tells Cammy the truth. This moment with Vinny feels long overdue, but it still hits hard. Watching him finally break down and admit the truth about what Mike put him through is absolutely devastating. You can see how much it's taken out of him to carry that weight alone, and when it all comes spilling out to Cammy, it's impossible not to feel emotional. It's one of those times you just want to step into the scene, give him a hug, and tell him it's not his fault. Cammy's response is exactly what you'd expect from him. Furious on Vinny's behalf, but also protective to the core. He's not willing to sit back and let Mike get away with it, which is understandable. But here's the problem, Vinny's still so deeply shaken that the idea of involving the police terrifies him. It makes sense given everything he's been through, but at the same time, it leaves him vulnerable and wide open to more pain. And that's the real worry here. Without proper action, Mike is still out there, and the risk of him targeting someone else, or even coming after Vinny again, is massive. This isn't the kind of storyline that just fizzles out, it's bound to escalate. And let's be honest, viewers will definitely be split on this. Some will think Vinny should go straight to the authorities, others will understand why he can't. Either way, it's setting up a storm that's not going away anytime soon. 9. Cammy comes up with a plan. Cammy isn't about to sit back, though. He decides to fight fire with fire, tricking Mike by signing up on the same LGBTQ forum where Vinny was targeted. It's risky, but you get why he's doing it. He wants to protect Vinny and make sure Mike pays. Later, Cammy actually arranges to meet Mike face to face. And I don't know about you, but this screams danger. We've seen plans like this backfire before, and if Cammy's not careful, he could end up in serious trouble himself. It's tense, and it's bound to keep us on edge all week. 10. Charity struggles with her secret. On a completely different note, Jacob surprises Charity and Sarah by arranging an early scan. It should be a joyful moment, seeing that baby on the screen. Jacob and Sarah are over the moon, but Charity can barely keep it together. The reason's simple. She knows the baby might not even be Jacob and Sarah's. Watching her smile through the pain is classic Charity, but you can see the cracks. And then Sarah proudly shows the scan picture to Ross, not realizing he could be the father. You can see the flicker in Ross's face, that split second of realization. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's bound to blow up sooner rather than later. 11. Gabby's wedding plans fall apart, and finally Gabby. She's on cloud 9 one minute, planning her wedding to Vinny, then devastated the next. First she finds out Bernice won't be there, then Kim pulls out as well. Suddenly, the big day she's been dreaming of feels empty. Gabby's crushed at the thought of walking down the aisle with no one by her side. But let's be honest, there are people around who love her. Laurel, Arthur. Surely someone will step up. Still, it's another reminder of how lonely Gabby's path has been. And it's hard not to path for her, even if some viewers think she's brought a lot of trouble on herself. So there you have it. 11 massive spoilers for next week in Emmerdale. We've got heartbreak, secrets, betrayals, and that unforgettable cliff fall that's going to change the show forever. Bottom line. This week is one of those where you really don't want to miss an episode. If you've enjoyed chatting through all this drama with me, don't forget to like the video. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially about whether you think Aaron will pull through. And of course, subscribe so you're first to hear about the next batch of spoilers. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you for more soap gossip very soon.